So, hallo, herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Let's Play Zero Escape, 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. Und, was soll ich sagen? Ich hatte ja letztes Mal mit einem sehr schönen Cliffhanger aufgehört. Wartet mal kurz, bevor es weitergeht, rück ich mal kurz mein Mikro ein wenig schöner. So. Du wolltest noch ein bisschen. Perfekt. He held it to Clover's pale, quivering neck. Ja gut, das Messer. Ich gehe mal ein bisschen zurück. So, suddenly the man's hand dove into his pocket. Oh ne, das Messer wird gar nicht beschrieben. Okay, vergesst, was ich sage.
If you get any closer, I'll cut her open. Yeah, that's right.
The man's smile was neither friendly nor reassuring. Sweat poured down his neck, soaking the collar of his shirt.
Clover, are you all right?
The prince, Snake's voice sounded oddly concerned.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Her voice shook, making her words even less convincing.
What the hell are you trying to do? I told you. This is my plan.
What are you gonna do to her, you sick son of a bitch?
Don't worry. I'm not gonna do anything to her. If she just does what I tell her to, I'll let her go.
He started to move backward, slowly, keeping his grip on Clover.
Slowly. That's right. Just follow me.
Keeping their distance, Junpei and the others followed. Eventually, the man reached the wall. He gave a start as his back touched it, then glanced around quickly and spoke.
Here. Verify. The left. Look on your left. Do you see the device on the wall? Place your hand on the scanner panel, the round part.
What if I don't?
The man's nostrils flared, and he looked like he was about to choke.
Are you an idiot? What do you think? I could slit your throat right now. I'll kill you if I have to. All I need is your bracelet. Just do it! Do it now!
He pressed the knife against Clover's neck, hard.
Okay, I'll do it.
Slowly, she stretched her left hand out toward the device.
Like this?
Her back was to it. Nee, was? Her back was to it and then... Nochmal, Entschuldigung. Ich bin gerade ein bisschen raus. Her back was to it and she had to feel around for a moment before she could find the circular panel. It made a cold electronic noise and on the display above her hand an asterisk appeared. Also ein Sternchen.
So that's how it works. He called that round part of the device the scanner panel. If we put our left hand on it, our bracelet number gets entered into the device. Then... should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets, and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open.
Junpei shifted his eyes to the door itself. The number on it was 5.
Door 5. But why does this guy know so much about how this thing works? It's like he knows exactly what to do.
Good. Good. You're done. Next.
His bloodshot eyes crept from person to person until finally they stopped on the lion, Ace.
You, right? You're the one with the number 1 bracelet, right?
Yes, I am. So?
Then you're next. Just verify your number like this little brat did. What are you doing? Do it! Don't you care what happens to her?
Okay, just calm down.
Ace held up his hands, palms out. The 9th man jerked his chin toward the device.
I'm coming over.
Slowly, cautiously, Ace moved toward the device. After what seemed like an agonizing eternity, he reached it.
Now, verify.
All right, this is what you wanted, right?
Ace nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. The device beeped again, and a second asterisk appeared.
Now the
Scheißwort.
device has both Clover and Ace's numbers, 4 and 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. It's the same as the number written on the door, but it won't open yet.
Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door.
One more person. If what Zero said is true, he needs one more person. Who? Who does he need?
Get back!
His voice shook, but the knife he held to Clover's throat made his words a command. Ace took 2, then 3 steps back.
No! Farther! More than that! Go all the way back!
Okay.
Slowly, Ace did what he was told.
Ha.
The ninth man's lips curled into a cruel, twisted smile.
Wait, don't tell me.
That was when Junpei understood his plan.
Clover's 4 and Ace's 1. Added to the ninth man's 9, 4 plus 1 plus 9 is 14. And the digital root of 14, 1 plus 4 is 5. In other words...
Thank God you were all so cooperative. Now I can get out of this nightmare.
He pressed his own hand against the scanner panel. A third asterisk appeared on the screen. He dropped his hand to the lever on the side of the device and pulled. The door opened with a heavy metallic groan.
Good! I don't need you anymore!
He let go of Clover.
Wait!
Junpei leapt toward the ninth man, but he wasn't fast enough.
Here! She's all yours!
The man shoved Clover and hopped through the door.
Okay. Have a good one, guys. I'm going off ahead now. Well then, goodbye!
He raised his hand and waved, a twisted smirk on his face. Then he was gone. The door ground shut with a dull clang of metal on metal.
Clover, are you all right?
Ja, das ist eine berechtigte Frage, Snake. Snake ran to Clover's side as she lay on the floor.
Yeah, I'm fine.
She climbed unsteadily to her feet, and once there, leaned heavily on Snake's shoulder for support.
Damn it!
Junpei ran to the door.
That bastard!
The others followed him. Several pairs of hands grabbed hold of the handles and pulled.
Open, damn it!
They grunted and strained, but
Shit! It won't budge.
that was when Lotus, the dancer, spoke. Her voice was quiet.
Do you hear something?
Like, what?
Like some sort of beeping.
Junpei pressed his ear against the cold metal of the door. The others did the same.
You're right. I can hear it too.
What is it?
Then they heard something else. It was the ninth man.
Why isn't it stopping? God damn it! You lied!
Lied?
This wasn't supposed to happen! This is wrong! This is wrong!
Stellt sich die Frage, was gerade los ist. Was stimmt nicht? His voice shook with fear. Safe on the outside, they stepped back from the door and looked at one another.
What is happening in there?
Open the door, please! I'm begging you! Help me! Please get me out of here! Get me out of here! Ah, God damn it!
Junpei grabbed hold of the device. He slammed his hand on the scanner panel. Nothing happened.
Why? Why won't it work? Engaged? Is it because it's occupied?
Oh my god, there's no time left! Listen, I was lied to! He lied to me! He put me in here! It was him! He killed me! It was him!
Stellt sich die Frage, was da drin gerade passiert ist. Und wer hat ihn da reingesteckt? Meint der Zero? Meint er jemand anderen? Das ist gerade noch sehr obskur und man hat nur einen lauten Knall gehört. Man weiß nicht, was da passiert ist, aber man kann wohl schätzen, dass der Kerl jetzt nicht mehr unter den Lebenden weilt. Schauen wir mal weiter. The explosion rocked the room. Instinctively, they ducked, then stood up slowly when they realized there was no danger. No one spoke. Silence filled the room.
A beep?
All eyes turned toward it.
Did that thing just make that sound?
The display changed from engaged to vacant.
Let's see if we can open it.
7. The mountain swallowed hard.
Okay.
Junpei nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. A red asterisk appeared on the LCD panel.
Well, it registered my bracelet number. But it won't open with one person. We need at least 2 more people.
What to do? So, jetzt haben wir hier 3 Auswahlmöglichkeiten. Wie ihr seht, die müssen alle 9 ergeben. Aus dem einfachen Grund, wir haben eine 5. Wenn wir eine 9 addieren, kommen wir auf 14, also ähnlich wie eben. Bei solchen Entscheidungen, außer bei ganz bestimmten, werde ich Würfel fallen lassen. Diese hier hatten nicht wirklich einen Einfluss auf die Story, aber Gespräche ändern sich davon abhängig ein bisschen. Schauen wir mal, mit wem wir da das machen. Mit Ace und Lotus.
Ace, Lotus, you think you could give me a hand here?
The pun was a little too on the nose, but the mood was still grim. Both Santa and June lifted their left hands silently. Santa und June? Oh, das ist ein Fehler. Ja gut, es geht auch mit Santa und June, aber in dem Fall war es dann so, dass es Ace und Lotus waren. Wohl einfach ein Fehler in der Übersetzung. You verified and she followed suit.
5 plus 1 plus 8 equals 14. The digital root of 14, 1 plus 4 equals 5. This should do it. Now we just need to pull the lever on the side.
You guys ready? I'm gonna open it.
Junpei grabbed the lever and looked back over his shoulder. They stiffened and nodded. Junpei nodded back and set his mouth in a grim line. Then he slowly lowered the lever. There was a metallic groan and the door slid open. A breath of air drifted out of it, carrying a stench that nearly made them gag. Junpei grimaced and put a hand over his mouth.
Oh my god!
Good God.
Lotus and Ace shuddered. 7 grunted.
Whoa, that's pretty bad.
Even Santa's voice shook.
He blew up.
It appeared that Santa was right. The hallway on the other side of the door was splattered with chunks of torn flesh and dark red blood. Ja, kein schöner Anblick. Schön, dass sie die Leiche nicht zeigen. Also, das ist so eine Sache, die das Spiel doch halbwegs freundlich machen, aber ich finde, die müssen bei sowas die Leiche nicht zeigen. Insbesondere im Novel Screen nicht. The shriek echoed across the room. It had come from June. Then her strength left her as she dropped. As Junpei turned to catch her, the door groaned shut. She crumbled to the floor.
June, are you okay?
Junpei dropped to his knees and put his arm around her shoulders. That was when he noticed. Her whole body was feverish. She was radiating intense heat.
What the hell? Where'd this fever come from?
June didn't answer. Her face looked like wax, and her whole body began to shake.
All right, okay, let's just rest for a minute, okay? You think you can walk?
She nodded weakly. Junpei lifted June to her feet and guided her to a nearby chair.
Here we go.
As gently as he could, he sat her down in it.
How are you feeling? Are you all right?
She nodded, and as she did, a single huge tear rolled down the side of her face.
Why? Why did this happen?
Her voice cracked, broken by misery and grief, and choked by sobs.
Why did this happen?
Junpei spun around.
Do any of you know what the fuck is going on here? Who's Zero? What's this nonary game? Come on! Anybody? Anything? What the hell is going on? What are we doing here?
No one spoke. Ace, Snake, Santa, Clover, Seven, and Lotus. They simply stood there, 7 pairs of downcast eyes and 7 grim lines for mouths. June's body shook with silent sobs. They slowed as the minutes ticked by, and eventually they stopped. Then suddenly, in the cold, heavy silence that had enveloped them like a thick fog, a bell began to ring. The clock in the central hall. 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And then, on the 10th ring, it stopped. The sound of the bell faded away into silence.
It's 10 o'clock then.
Ace said Ace said what each one of them had already been thinking.
That means it's been an hour since Zero's little announcement.
Seven's deep voice echoed across the room.
Fuck! I've had enough of this crap!
Santa leapt to his feet, his fists clenched.
How long are we gonna pussyfoot around like this? We've only got 8 hours until this time limit Zero is going on about is up! Let's get going already! Go! Go!
Santa's outburst fell on deaf ears. No one seemed to agree with him. They stared back at him, their eyes blank and their faces tired. Finally, Lotus spoke.
No, I refuse. I'm not gonna end up like him.
Him? You mean the 9th man?
Of course, who else?
In his mind's eye, Junpei saw the corpse again.
Blood. Oh, blood and pieces of flesh.
The dark, reddish-black pool of blood. The scattered pieces of flesh. Organs strewn across the floor like the blossoming of a grotesque flower. The explosion that had torn through his body had been powerful.
That's no way for a person to die.
Ich habe erwähnt, im Novel-Screen sind die Beschreibungen teilweise sehr schön. Das sind Sachen, die man dann mit schön meine ich jetzt halt schön detailliert teilweise. Das sind Sachen, die man nicht unbedingt erfährt, wenn man die ganze Zeit im Adventure-Screen bleibt. Beziehungsweise so gibt es halt ein bisschen mehr Details. The 9th man's neck had been twisted at an odd angle. Junpei suspected the detonation had thrown him against the wall. Half of his face was crushed and the other half was covered in blood. Most of his abdomen had been emptied, either by the explosion or by gravity. He had landed on his back, and stark white ribs jutted up out of his chest, like the legs of some sort of macabre crab. Ich hatte erwähnt, es wird nicht schön. Junpei felt something flip in his stomach.
I think he just screwed up.
Eyebrows went up and Santa continued.
He probably set off some sort of trap and that killed him. I'm not gonna screw up like that. I'm getting out of here alive.
Whatever Snake was laughing at, Santa did not find particularly humorous.
What's so goddamn funny?
Oh, my apologies. You were just, so very confident. I couldn't help myself.
What the fuck?
I think you've mistaken the situation.
Huh?
The ninth man's death. It had nothing to do with the trap. Or at least, not the sort of trap you imagine it did.
Then?
He broke one of Zero's rules. That was why he died. Quite simple if you think about it.
Huh?
You still don't... All right. How about you take a moment and think back to what Zero said? Specifically, what did he say about the number of people?
He said only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door, right?
And after that? You've forgotten the relevant part. What did Zero say?
Santa furrowed his brow in thought. Junpei thought back. Zero said... Ja, in dem Fall, wenn es so Sachen gibt, wo es einfach eine richtige und mehrere falsche Antworten gibt. So, wir können sagen, that only 2 people gonna go through, that everyone who verified had to go, und more than 6 people can go through. Natürlich das mittlere, dass jeder, der sich verifiziert hat, auch gehen muss.
All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute, right? I think it was something like that. Whatever it was, it means that groups of less than 3 or more than 5 can't go through.
That is correct. A gold star for you, Junpei.
Snake inclined his head toward Junpei.
The ninth man, however, broke that rule. He tried to pass through a numbered door by himself. That was why he was executed.
And Zero's watching us from somewhere, making sure we don't break any rules.
Oh, I'm not so sure of that.
Why not?
Because this execution system is entirely automatic. You didn't notice? There's no need for him to monitor us.
What do you mean?
Snake looked at Seven with what could only be described as pity and sighed.
Very well. I see it must be me who tells you. I've waited long enough, I suppose. I had hoped Zero might spare me the trouble, but... that seems increasingly unlikely.
He couldn't see them, of course, but perhaps Snake sensed the confused eyes upon him. When Ace spoke, he gave words to everyone else's thoughts.
Do you know something?
Well, I know a great many things, but yes.
What is it you know?
Here.
Snake removed a card from the pocket of his jacket.
A card? What does it say?
See for yourself.
With a flourish, he presented it to Ace, who took a close look at it and spoke.
Come on now, what's the point of giving me this?
Give me that.
Santa snatched the card from Ace, but his expression of disgust quickly turned to one of confusion.
Huh? The hell is this?
Seven tugged it out of Santa's hands.
I see.
The card went from Seven to Lotus, from Lotus to June, and finally to Junpei. He looked at it and understood.
This is Braille.
Braille, the written language of the blind. The card was covered with small embossed bumps. Junpei could recognize it, but he certainly couldn't read it.
Sorry guys, I can't read this. Here, have it back.
Junpei handed the card back to Snake, who nodded at him with a small smirk.
Okay, that was fun. What's so important about that card?
I found it in my pocket. I can only assume it is a message from Zero.
From Zero?
A message?
What does it say?
Suddenly, everyone was crowding around Snake, desperate to hear what the message said. Santa especially looked as if he were about to grab hold of Snake and shake the answers from him. Snake raised his hand.
Calm down now. No need to panic. You don't need to force me. I'll read it.
Junpei swallowed hard and waited for him to start. He was not the only one. Presently, Snake began to read, his voice calm. His fingers glided over the tiny bumps as he spoke. Entschuldigung.
Bracelet number 2. Since you are not blessed with sight, I shall bless you, and only you, with information. I shall tell you of the function of the red, of the dead, and of the bracelet.
The red is the recognition device. It will verify your number. Beside every numbered door, you will find a red. The dead is the deactivation device. It does exactly what it says. Once you have passed through the numbered door, you must use dead to stop the detonator in your bracelet. But perhaps you are wondering, what does this detonator detonate? I am afraid this might be something of a surprise. I have placed a small bomb inside of you and people whom you are about to meet. You swallowed it while you were unconscious. I have no doubt, by the time you read this note, the bomb will have passed your stomach and found its way to your small intestine. In other words, you will be unable to regurgitate it. I suggest you do not try.
Yep, an der Stelle habe ich auch gedacht, das erklärt so ein bisschen die Explosion von eben und vor allem ziemlich eklige Vorstellung.
As I mentioned before, the bracelet on your left hand contains a detonator. Think of it as a remote fuse, or timer, for the bomb in your body. There is only one condition which will cause it to detonate. That condition is that you enter a numbered door. Once you have done so, the timer will activate, no matter who you may be. You will have 81 seconds. If, after that time, the detonator has not been deactivated, it will send a signal to the bomb in your body, instructing it to explode. In order to deactivate the detonator, every person who verified their number at the red must also verify their numbers at the dead. Once all numbers have been verified by the dead, you need only pull the lever at its side, and the countdown will cease. Anyone who does not verify their number at the red will find themselves unable to verify their number at the dead. That is to say, if you should pass through a numbered door without first verifying your number at the red, in 81 seconds, you will be dead.
Auch schon diese 81 Sekunden gewählt. Alles muss hier irgendwie mit 9 zu tun haben. In diesem Fall 9 Quadrat.
You must also keep in mind that the numbered doors will close automatically after 9 seconds have passed.
Was habe ich gesagt?
So long as the doors open, the dead will not function. You would do well to remember this. Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from this ship. 2. Your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or checks that Ignora's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically. There is no other way to remove your bracelet. If you attempt to force it off or disable the detonator, the bomb within you will immediately explode.
This is all the information which I can impart to you. How you choose to use it is for you to decide. If used wisely, you can eliminate those who might be a danger to you. For a time, you would be able to control your fate. I wish you the best of luck.
Snake finished reading and carefully returned the card to his pocket.
So it's saying only those who verify their numbers at the red can pass through the numbered doors. Teams can't add or subtract people after they're scanned in. The reds, deads, and bracelets enforce the rules. They're judge, jury, and executioner.
Shit! A fucking bomb! Come out! Come out, damn it!
In defiance of Zero's suggestions, both Santa and Seven put fingers down their throats and began to gag. The rest stiffened. Some touched their stomachs, some simply stared at their bracelets. Junpei gingerly touched his stomach.
There's a bomb inside me.
The thoughts of it made him queasy.
Oh.
His stomach felt oddly hollow, and his legs were weak.
What made Zero think creating this horror show of a game was a good idea?
Junpei looked over at the others.
Alright, I'm gonna ask one more time. Do any of you know anything about Zero?
They were all silent, each person waiting to hear what the others would say. Finally, Santa spoke.
Actually, I saw him. I saw Zero when I got grabbed. I didn't see his face, though. Son of a bitch was wearing some kind of gas mask. What the hell? Come on, guys, give me something. You know, like surprise or something?
Instead, it was Santa who looked surprised. There was a moment of silence, and then everyone spoke at once.
I saw that too.
I did as well.
Me too. I didn't see inside the mask, though. That mask, it was really scary.
Huh?
Oh, so all of our abductions were the same. We were taken from home at midnight. The person claiming to be Zero had a mask on. There was white smoke, and then each of us passed out. We woke up to find ourselves on D-Deck, in a room with a 3-level bunk bed.
How about you, Seven? Did the same happen to you?
Only Seven's stories seemed to lack the detail of the others.
Oh, me? Yeah, well, mine was just like the rest of yours.
That was all he had said. It had occurred to Junpei at the time that it sounded somewhat strange, but he didn't press the issue.
Okay, that's good enough for now.
He hadn't done so because there was something that struck him as even stranger.
So, I have a question.
That was the mystery of the relationship between Snake and Clover.
Snake and Clover, you were both kidnapped from the same room, and you woke up together.
Junpei looked at them thoughtfully.
So, what's the deal with the two of you anyway?
It was Clover that answered. Clearly, she felt she had nothing to hide.
We're siblings.
Hier möchte ich noch kurz was zu sagen. Speziell was Clover angeht. Clover ist zwar die jüngste der Gruppe, aber ich finde, die wirkt in diesem Spiel deutlich, also speziell vom Aussehen her, jünger, als sie ist. Denn Clover ist tatsächlich laut offiziellen Angaben in diesem Spiel 18. Snake ist, glaube ich, 24. Ich bin mir nicht ganz sicher, auf jeden Fall, ja, die beiden sind Geschwister. Und wir gehen jetzt mal weiter, was die Story angeht. Die Folge mache ich noch ein bisschen, aber auch nicht mehr so lang.
Siblings?
Yes. Snake is my older brother, obviously. That means I'm his little sister. That really so hard to understand?
Junpei was taken aback. The others seemed just as surprised.
She is correct, of course.
He laid his hand on Clover's shoulder.
Are you, surprised?
Well, yeah, but...
Why? There are other people here with connections to one another. Those two, for instance.
Snake pointed at Junpei and June.
Oh, you mean between Jumpy and me?
Ah, yes. You did say you were childhood friends, didn't you?
Wait, you went to school together?
Yeah?
June glanced at Junpei, uncomfortable with the sudden attention.
Well, yeah.
Junpei felt somewhat nervous as well and tried to scratch his head as casually as possible.
Hey, you think maybe we could figure out who Zero is this way?
Yeah, you're right. You connect the dots between the victims and that leads you to the perp. Textbook stuff.
Junpei. June. Does any of this ring a bell?
Huh, ring a bell.
Ring a bell?
They looked at one another. And like it was staged, they both tilted their neck at the same time.
Well, perhaps you went to school with the son of a multimillionaire.
A millionaire?
Son?
Well, someone bought this boat and set up all of this. Whoever Zero is, they must be incredibly rich.
Well, we can't be sure of that. To me, this seems as though it's the work of an organization, not an individual. Most likely, Zero is simply the representative of a larger group.
What sort of organization?
It could be a number of things. An army, perhaps, or a research group. Perhaps this is all some sort of psychological experiment.
If it is, then it's a pretty fucked up experiment. I mean, come on! A guy's dead!
The word dead hung in the air, heavy and ominous. The room went quiet again.
I don't know who the hell this Zero asshole is, but I know for sure he's gotta be pretty fucked up in the head to do all this. If this was all one guy, then he's got some serious issues.
Even with the specter of death hanging over them, their discussions continued for some time.
I thought we were finished with that topic.
But then what should we do?
We should talk it through.
Oh my god, enough! All we're doing is talking!
Santa threw up his hands, his voice filled with irritation.
Talking won't solve anything! It can't help us find our way out of here! You really sure you want to just sit around? We've only got 7.5 hours left. We already wasted 1.5 hours of our 9 hours.
Everyone there was already on the edge of panic, but Santa told them only made that feeling more intense. No one was willing to argue this time.
You're right.
Very well then. There's only one way for us to proceed.
Sure not gonna be fun running around knowing we gotta jump when Zero says jump.
Well, it's stupid to just sit around here doing nothing.
Well, thanks to Snake's card, at least we have some idea of how this all works.
Correct. And so long as we all follow the rules, we will most likely be all right.
But
But what?
who's going to go in which door?
June looked toward the numbered doors.
Oh yeah, that's right. We can't have any more than 5 people in one door. All 8 of us can't go in the same door.
Then it would seem we will have to split up.
Wait,
Lotus looked terrified.
I'm telling you now, there is no way in hell that I'm going into door 5.
Come on now, don't be selfish.
Call me whatever the hell you want. I'm not going in there. If I'm going to have to walk through all that blood, then I'd rather stay here.
And we were doing so well.
Ace shook his head sadly.
Sorry, but I ain't going in there either. Someone else can go into door 5.
Oh, Santa, not you too.
Hey man, I just bought these shoes. If you think I'm getting some creepy dude's blood all over them, you got another thing coming.
That was the last straw.
What the hell, man? Weren't you the one who kept saying we should get going? Yeah, so? Doesn't mean I wanted to go into door 5.
Oh, God.
There was an awkward silence. Finally, Seven spoke.
Fine, I'll go into door 5. I can't go in there alone, though. Anyone else willing to come with me?
There was another long silence. This time Snake was the one to break it.
I'll go.
What?
Don't worry. You'll be fine. We may part now, but I'm certain we'll meet again later.
How do you know that?
Because I do.
That's not an answer! If you're going, I'm going too. I'm going into door 5.
What am I going to do with you?
There's nothing you have to do.
Ace stepped forward.
If I join you, the problem is solved, correct? 7 is 7, and Snake is 2. And if you add Clover's 4 and my 1, the digital root will be 5.
7 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 is 14. The digital root of 14. 1 plus 4 is 5.
Oh, it works perfectly. The 4 of us can go into door 5.
Wait, what about the other 4? What's their digital root gonna be?
Junpei did a quick mental calculation.
Lotus, Santa, June, and me. Our bracelet numbers are 8, 3, 6, and 5. 8, 3, 6, 5. What would our digital root be?
Das kann man mal kurz zusammenrechnen. 8 plus 3 sind 11, plus 6 sind 17, plus 5 sind 22, 2 plus 2 ist 4.
8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 5 is 22. So, the digital root of 22, 2 plus 2 equals 4.
He repeated what he determined.
It's 4. Add up our 4 bracelet numbers and the digital root is 4.
Then we can go into door 4.
Yeah. Huh. That worked out well.
So the team assignments will be like this.
Ich würde mal sagen, komm, jetzt mache ich einen Schnitt. Wir sind kurz davor, in eine Tür zu gehen. Ich möchte aber sagen, dieses Spiel kommt sehr häufig mit Entscheidungen daher. Manchmal ist sowas relativ sinnfreies oder, nicht sinnfreies, aber relativ, wie kann man es am ehesten ausdrücken? Einflussloses, wie gerade eben, wo man dann einfach korrigiert werden würde, wenn es nicht stimmt. Und hier, ja, ich sag mal, wir werden nicht zwingend in die 4. Tür gehen, aber das entscheide ich nächste Folge. Und das heißt an einem anderen Tag, weil weiter nehme ich jetzt gerade nicht auf. Ich speichere jetzt einfach mal. Übrigens, die Fragezeichen oben stehen für Enden bei diesem Bildschirm. Und ich würde sagen, dann mache ich einen Schnitt und nächstes Mal schauen wir dann, wie es weitergeht, wie die Teams dann tatsächlich aufgeteilt werden, weil es gibt eventuell auch andere Möglichkeiten. Ich hoffe, ihr habt Spaß, lasst konstruktive Kritik da, vielleicht ein Däumchen nach oben. Wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Bis dahin, Cheerio!